let's finish this book. Ooh, I've got the next one all picked out. So Roo, who was drinking his milk, tried to say that he could do it both at once, and had to be patted on the back and tried for quite a long time afterwards. When they had all nearly eaten enough, Christopher Robin banged on the table with a spoon, and everybody stopped talking and was very silent, except Roo, who was just finishing a loud attack of hiccups and trying to look as if it was one of Rabbit's relations. This party, said Christopher Robin, is a party because of what someone did, and we all know who it was, and it's his party because of what he did, and I've got a present for him, and here it is. Then he thought about it a little. What? Then he felt about it a little and whispered, "Where is it?" While everyone was looking, Eeyore coughed in an impressive way and began to speak. "Friends," he said, "including oddments, it is a great pleasure, or perhaps I had better say it has been a pleasure so far, to see you at my party. What I did was nothing. Any of you, except Rabbit and Owl and Kanga, would have done the same. Oh, and Pooh, my remarks do not, of course, apply to Piglet and Roo, because they are too small. Any of you would have done the same, but it just happened to be me. It was not, I hardly say, with an idea of getting what Christopher Robin is looking for now." And he put his front leg to his mouth and said in a loud whisper, "Try under the table. That is what I did. Because I feel that we should all do what we can to help, I feel that we should all..." said Roo accidentally. "Roo, dear," said Kanga reproachfully. "Was it me?" asked Roo, a little surprised. "What's Eeyore talking about?" Piglet whispered to Pooh. "I don't know," said Pooh rather dolefully. "I thought this was your party." Excuse me. "I thought it was once, but I suppose it isn't." "I'd sooner it was yours than Eeyore's," said Piglet. "So would I," said Pooh. Said Roo again. That's a hiccup. "As I was saying," said Eeyore loudly and sternly, "as I was saying when I was interrupted by various loud sounds, I feel it—" "Here it is!" cried Christopher Robin excitedly. "Pass it down to silly old Pooh. It's for Pooh." "For Pooh?" "For Pooh?" said Eeyore. "Of course it is. This is the best bear in all the world." "I might have known," said Eeyore. "After all, one can't complain. I have my friends. Somebody spoke to me only yesterday, and it was last week or the week before that Rabbit bumped into me and said, 'Bother the social round. Always something going on.'" Nobody was listening, for they're all saying, "Open it, Pooh. What is it, Pooh?" "I know what it is." "No, you don't," and the other helpful remarks of this sort. And of course Pooh was opening it as quickly as he could, though without cutting it in the string, because you never know when a bit of string might be useful. At last it was undone. When Pooh saw what it was, he nearly fell down, he was so pleased. It was a special pencil case. There were pencils in it marked B for Bear, and pencils marked HB for Helping Bear, and pencils marked BB for Brave Bear. There was a knife for sharpening the pencils, and an India rubber eraser for rubbing out anything which you had spelt wrong, and a ruler for ruling lines for the words to walk on, and inches marked on the ruler in case you wanted to know how many inches anything was, and blue pencils and red pencils and green pencils for saying special things in blue, red, and green. And all these lovely things were in little pockets of their own in a special case which shut with a click when you clicked it. And they were all for Pooh. "Oh!" said Pooh. "Oh, Pooh," said everybody else except Eeyore. "Thank you," growled Pooh. But Eeyore was still saying to himself, "This writing business, pencils and whatnot, overrated if you ask me. Silly stuff, nothing in it." Later on, when they had all said goodbye, and thank you to Christopher Robin, Pooh and Piglet walked home thoughtfully together in the golden evening, and for a long time they were silent. "When you wake up in the morning, Pooh," said Piglet at last, "what's the first thing you want to do with yourself?" "The thing you say to yourself." "What's for breakfast?" said Pooh. "What do you say, Piglet?" "I say, I wonder what's going to happen exciting today," said Piglet. Pooh nodded thoughtfully. "It's the same thing." "And what did happen?" asked Christopher Robin. "When?" "Next morning." "I don't know." "Could you think and tell me in Pooh sometime?" "If you wanted it very much." Pooh, Dad, said Christopher Robin. He gave a deep sigh, picked up his bear by the leg, and walked off to the door, trailing Winnie the Pooh behind him. At the door he turned and said, "Coming to see me have my bath?" "I might," I said. Was Pooh's pencil case any better than mine?" "It was just about the same," I said. He nodded and went up, and in a moment I heard Winnie the Pooh, bump, 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 going up the stairs behind him. That's it. That's the end of the book. And there's a wonderful little picture of Piglet and Pooh Bear walking together. Alright, love. We completed another one. Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. Our next book on the agenda is A.A. Milne, The House at Pooh Corner. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. So, sweetheart, I love you. Sleep well, keep calm. Fondlama, Carrie Ann. And we should get through another 19 reads of this. I love you, darling. Good night.